This is Tea and Talk, a self-development podcast. A podcast dedicated to empowering, uplifting, inspiring, and celebrating women. I'm Tiffany Stokes, your host, as well as women's health advocate, blogger, and author of Grow Through It. Everyone has a story, and not everyone's story will start or end the same, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes it may take a few pages, chapters, or even a series to get you to the climax. You will get there if you continue to walk in the path you were destined to walk and keep turning those pages. It's time for you to end that chapter of your life that is holding you back, causing stagnation, self-doubt, self-hate, and negative self-talk. All you have to do is turn the page, sis, and start to write a new chapter. They say a woman is like a cup of tea. You can't tell her strength until you put her in hot water. Well, the water is hot, sis, so let's see your strength. Grab your tea and get comfortable and join me as I get into it on this episode of Tea and Talk. Quite often, we have triggers that may cause us to go back into a place where it may be hard for us to move from because of the things that have happened in our past, the trauma that we've experienced, and the trigger can weaken emotions that we may have buried. A trigger is the reminder of that past trauma. The trigger can be from a smell, a place, a person, a song, a time frame like an anniversary of the traumatic event. And they're not always predictable. For instance, the loss of my grandmother, I'm very much still triggered, and sometimes I can predict, like when I took the day after Mother's Day off, and sometimes I can't predict, like my birthday and the day before, or a song, or the smell of some of her clothes I have. So I predicted that I would need the day after Mother's Day off because Mother's Day was always so special to us. We would spend time together doing whatever. One year we went to the casino. One year we went to bingo. One year we went to the movie theaters and dinner. And it was just always something we all did together. And that's my mom, my aunt, my grandmother, and my cousin. So I thought to myself that the day after would be sort of emotional because my grandmother wasn't here on Mother's Day. So I planned for that trigger, and I took that next day off to try to take some time and just reflect on things. But it turns out that day was not actually as bad as I thought it would be. The day that was bad for me, which I didn't even think would be, was the day before my birthday and my birthday. And I didn't plan for that. I didn't know that I would be triggered then. So I didn't take those days off. But what triggered me then was the fact that I am so used to hearing my grandmother call me every year on my birthday and sing me a song or just say, "Happy birthday, Mama." And the fact that I wasn't going to get that this year triggered me. And to the point where I left work early the day before my birthday because I was so sad and down and the grief just struck. So sometimes you can predict, sometimes you can't. When I'm driving in the car and I hear a song that my grandmother and I used to listen to, and I just burst out in tears. I can't control it. I didn't predict it. So you never really know. In that moment that I am triggered, I'm not present, but I am now in the past because that trigger has taken me back. It may impact the way that I behaved, act, or react during that time. For instance, my birthday, I really didn't take the time to celebrate my birthday on its day because I didn't want to. I didn't want to think of the fact that I'm celebrating a birthday, yet my grandmother isn't here with me and missed her birthday. So I think I phased that day out because I don't remember. I do remember getting home from work and all I wanted to do was just sleep the day away. I had some friends and my aunt and mother come and surprise me as we were on quarantine, and they rang my doorbell and blew the horns, and I came outside to them listening to music and dancing. So that was a nice surprise. But had they not done that, I would have slept the day away and not thought twice about it. I didn't want to behave in a way that it was my birthday or act like, hey, it's my birthday. So that was a major trigger for me. And usually the way that I react is by breaking down and crying, no matter if I'm at work, the store, or driving. I feel like I have to cry it out versus shoving those feelings down. You know, if you shove those feelings down, you're just waiting for them to explode 10 times worse than dealing with it right then and there. Emotional needs can also become emotional triggers, such as feeling excluded, feeling like you're excluded from family, friends, and the things that they do. This can relate back to, being bullied as a child, and now it presents this way as an adult. Feeling powerless or feeling controlled, either in a relationship or by superiors, which can come from maybe having very controlling parents in childhood. And when you get on your own, you feel free. So now going back to being controlled takes you back to your childhood, which may have not been the best. Or feeling unheard. You may feel as though your voice doesn't count now, and this could be from not having a voice as a child in your home. You may have not been allowed to have an opinion, or a controlling relationship in which you were being controlled so you didn't have a voice. Feeling judged. I used to feel as though people were judging me, and I realized that this rooted from me being judged at school. I wasn't popular. I was this itty-bitty skinny thing and not built or shaped like the rest of the high schoolers my age. No boobs, no ass, glasses, and braces. I've definitely matured that trigger, and I can care less what people think now, which definitely took time and growth, but so freeing. Or feeling blamed. You may have been the older sibling that when things went wrong or your sibling broke something or did something wrong, you were to blame. So you carry that with you as an adult, that when you are blamed, those childhood emotions come back. Or feeling disrespected, or feeling trapped, or feeling manipulated. This is a trigger I'm working on. I've had multiple friendships in which I was manipulated in different ways. So now when I feel that I'm being manipulated, I get angry to the point I see red. But like I said, I am definitely working on that, and it does take time and growth. Physical symptoms that, you may have been triggered. Trembling, palpitations. In palpitations, it feels like your heart's kind of fluttering or skipping a beat. Hot flashes, dizziness, nausea, chest pain, sweating. Those are all symptoms from being triggered. Coping with triggers, there's a couple of tips that I have when it comes to coping. 1, identify your triggers and your reactions to them to better understand them. 2, identify your triggers helps to build your self-awareness, therefore helping you to grow. Own them and recognize that you are reacting. Track the origin of those triggers. Define it and the situation that surrounded that trigger. Take a step away, and if you can get out of the situation, then do so. Be easy on yourself and show compassion, and don't allow yourself to be controlled. Mature those triggers. Develop healthy coping skills. Deep breathe. Practice mindfulness meditation. Call on your supports. Journal. By reflecting, we grow and learn new ways we can deal and express our emotions differently and better regulate the reactions. You have to begin to view the situation differently. Start to view yourself as powerful instead of victim. Be sure to give me a rating and your feedback at the end of this episode. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to click the links in the description to learn more about how you can be part of the Tea Party VIP group and get more of Tea and Talk, plus additional offers, including a free copy of Grow Through It. To follow me on IG, click the link in the description. I'm so excited to talk to you all next week, so keep tuning in, and until next time, love and good vibes.